What is up, everybody? Welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. In fact, welcome to Rockin Robbie Live here on a Sunday night, April 10th, 2022. To be exact, station pop, pop, boom. I hope everybody's had a great weekend. I've had a great weekend so far. Big favor I've got to ask of somebody in the chat. Yankees, Red Sox going on right now. Keep me up to date on the score, please. I've had a great weekend, though. My Yankees have started 2-0. We'll see what happens tonight, but it would be great to start 3-0 against the Red Sox. How is everybody doing? This is the show where we talk about comics, movies, pop culture, and a whole lot more, and we do it all live. We got a great show planned tonight. We'll take a look back to last week and talk about what our favorite comic books were. We'll look ahead and take a look at what's coming up in shops this week, including the DC sneak peek. That's right, DC Comics published books this week. I read them. I'll let you know what I thought about them. We will talk about the second episode of Moon Knight when we talk Moon Knight by the Moonlight. I'm very excited for that. I got an early look at an upcoming project from Nick Pitara that's about to be crowdfunded called Axe Wielder John. I mentioned it on the weekly pop culture wrap-up. I have read it, and I'm going to let you know my thoughts on it. We're going to reveal the next, 2 months of PCP movie night. We're doing top 5 movies from 2001. We're going to be talking about Kid with the Golden Arm, which is the latest kung fu movie in my journey of martial arts Hong Kong cinema. And X-Men Annotation on X-Men Animation. All that and more here. And even though we got a plan, grandiose some may call it, this show is driven, fueled, if you will, by your questions, your thoughts, your comments, and your concerns. So once you get in here, throw out a station, throw out a pop, pop, boom, throw out a question. What do you want to talk about? What is up, Jesse? Say, what? Good to see you here. 62 Lefty Blues in the house. We got Brando from Comics Kings in the house. He's got Mark Wade on his channel this upcoming Friday night. Everybody should check that out. Evil Face Bads in the house. Circumstances in the house. Josh Went. Was that you I saw talking up Pop Culture Philosophers in a Comics by Perch comment on a video? Anyway. Was that you? I think it was you. Whoever it was, station, thank you. Empire's in the house. What's up, my man? What's up, Rogue Collecting? What's up, Billy? Man, I'm sorry. I never promised. I never agreed to that, though. What's up, JT is in the house. John Thomas. That's right. Twitch is in the house. Damien, Sleepy Reader 666 is in the house. Two Gun Pedro, Pew Pew, is in the house. The Wizard of Wizards, Trade Paper Dad, is in the house. CTA Frank. There's Nick Pitara right there. Station, Nick, thank you so much for popping in. Thanks so much for taking the time to read Axe Wielder. I really appreciate it. Can't wait to hear if it sucks or not. That's going to be at the end of, towards the end of Block B, so it's going to be, I don't know, probably an hour and a half away if I had to guess. Just don't want you to have to dally around waiting for it. But, yeah, real short while you're here, Nick. Loved it. I'm ready for more. Everybody, by the way, hey, what's up, Reverse Amoeba? What's up, Jaime? What's up, Joe? Almost got the Flashpoint Batman Tom Lane. Twitch just finished making some tasty pasta. How did you become a Yankees fan? Daily, I became a Yankees fan because I grew up playing baseball, and I was a huge fan of Joe DiMaggio, Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Reggie Jackson, Don Mattingly. It was and I loved other baseball players too. Pete Rose was a favorite of mine. I really liked Ozzie Smith. I really liked Tony Gwynn. But most out of all of my favorite players growing up, and when I would collect baseball cards and shit like that, and Bo Jackson was one of my favorites, of course. But out of all of my favorite players, most of them throughout history were Yankees, right? So, I mean, you had your Willie Mays, you had your Hank Aaron. They weren't Yankees. However, most of my favorite classic baseball players were Yankees, and so I just became a Yankees fan. I was also a Braves fan growing up, and then in, was it 1996, I had to make a decision. I made a final decision on the Yankees, and it worked out for me for the most part. So that's how that goes. Not only is Nick Pitara just pumping out great comic book content, he just dropped a super chat. Nick, thank you so much. Thanks again for taking the time to read, early review, and spread the word about Axe Wielder John, brother. Well, thank you so much for the super chat. We really do appreciate it. Man, Nick, you're the absolute best. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. All right, real quick, I want to say, join the PCP Army. That's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. If you're on Facebook, you might as well follow Pop Culture Philosophers there. You can also follow us on Instagram, where you will find my Wednesday night new comic book day show, Comics and Karaoke with Rockin Robbie, every 6:30 p.m. Central Time. We didn't do it this last week. We will be back again this week. Brando and Steph had to carry Whiplash Wednesday for the rest of us, putting the PCP Army Bad Batch on the backs and going right on through. I'm not in freestyle zone yet, but I can feel it coming. 2-0 Boston heading to the bottom of the third. Thank you so much, Twitch. Thank you so much. Also, find podcasts and more at popculturephilosophers.com, including the newest podcast, the James Bond podcast. We talk about all of our favorite James Bond things, right? We also have recorded the next episode, Comic Book Villains. We had Joe Corallo, we had Drew Madsen, of course, me and Hammer Time host you on that podcast. It was a great show. You can catch the live streamed recording right now over at patreon.com/PCP. And if you want to support the channel, you can do so with the super chat like the glorious Nick. Hold on. I need something alliterative. The Neato Nick. I have to workshop that one a little bit, but you can do so with Super Chat or at patreon.com/PCP. Unlock exclusive bonus content like downloadable audio versions of the weekly comic book review dropped about an hour and a half, 2 hours before they drop on YouTube, and there is a fine list of our PCP patrons right there. So we really do appreciate all the support. You can follow me on Twitter at the Rockin Robbie if you are so inclined. What's coming up here at PCP? Well, we don't have a movie night tomorrow night, but I am still going to be over at the EXP, The Experience, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Time for 2 hours, chatting with Rex, chatting with John, chatting with the good folks over at Dynamic Forces. They got some comics to sell, and they just want me there for the jokes and the commentary, I guess. But by the way, if you're ever checking out dynamicforces.com, you can enter Robbie at your cart. You'll receive 10% off. And as was just alluded to with the Super Chat there, all Super Chats are now going forward to funding the Rockin Robbie 2022 tour. There are the dates right there. Those are the cons I am planning on attending this year. If I'm in your area, I'd love to say what's up. If you're going to that con, let me know. We can do a little bit of a meetup, say what's up. But I will be in Huntsville, Alabama, of course, as always. I'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina in June for Heroes Con. I'll be in Memphis in September for the Memphis Comic Expo. They just got Greg Capullo announced for that one. And I'll be in Lexington, Kentucky in October for Scarefest, where they just announced Robert Englund. This upcoming Friday night, we got Comics Revisited. We were going to do it at 7 p.m. Central Time, but that's when Brando's going live with Mark Waid, so we're going to bump that back just a little bit, and I'm just going to give them an hour, and I'm going to say 8 p.m. Central Time. Join us for Comics Revisited Live, where we're going to be talking about the Daniel Clowes classic Ghost World, and then the following night, Saturday night, on Dylan's Horror Show, Ghost Story. Such a great, underappreciated, true ghost story horror film from 1981. I think it's amazing. And that's what we got coming up here at PCP and, of course, at DHS, Dylan's Horror Show. So let's see what everybody is saying. William says, R.I.P. Jimmy Wong Yu from the One-Armed Boxer and the Chinese Boxer. Oh, did he just pass away? CTA Frank says, Morbius is as bad as Thor 2 and Iron Man 2. I think it might be worse. But I haven't seen it, so I can't really say. Y'all. Billy says, the Moon Knight show has been pretty good so far. Moon Knight 10, pick of the week. All right, big Moon Knight fan Billy is. Imagine being a Yankees fan when the Kansas City Royals are right there. I've actually been to Kauffman Stadium. Saw them play the Twins. I think they won. I saw Santana pitch. What was his first name? This is back in like 2004 or 5. So many bright and shiny people out there in the chats. Thank you so much for keeping us going, everybody. Trade Paper Dad says, I got to see Morbius, can't judge it yet. I agree. You know, I mean, it's fun to doof on it and all that kind of stuff, but I have to watch it first. And when it does eventually hit streaming or whatever, I'll watch it and we'll review it. That being said, this is technically Johan Santana. Thank you so much. This is just a quick announcement. We will not be doing Rockin Robbie Live for the next 2 weeks. We got the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo coming up. I'm going to be on stage with Kevin Eastman, with Jim Starlin, and Felisa Rose from Sleepaway Camp, and Victor Crowley. So I'm super excited for that. We got some preparations to do. PCP's going to be there. We got a booth. We should have a panel. I'll be on those panels. It's going to be a grand old time in the Rocket City that weekend. Kevin Eastman's there. I'm so freaking excited to meet him. At the same time, so nervous to be modding the panel, but very excited. I'm ready to talk to him about so many different things. I was going to ask him, I had it all figured out. First thing was, who's your favorite turtle? But I've been rereading Turtles in my Ultimate Collection trade paperbacks that IDW's published. So I've been rereading the old school stuff, and there's these annotations and shit in the back, and Kevin Eastman said his favorite's Raphael, which I could have easily figured out. I mean, I figured already, but anyway. Mine's Michelangelo. Right now, sound off in the chat. Who is your favorite Ninja Turtle? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Who is your favorite? Your thoughts on comic stories being done about the cosmic energy held within the smacks of Will Smith. I heard those smacks are so crazy, they'll somehow keep you away from the Oscars for 10 years, man. You know, Will Smith spent a lot of time meticulously crafting this really, like, goody two-shoes is probably the wrong word, but compared to other hip-hop that I was listening to, like goody two-shoes, like, I was into the Fresh Prince, DJ Jazzy Jeff stuff when I was, like, in, like, 5th grade and stuff. But once I, like, started discovering, like, the Death Row stuff and Cypress Hill, I started moving out of my, you know, like, Kid and Play and Fresh Prince just seemed a little old hat, you know, but I still have always maintained a love for them. Oh, I know I didn't have to do that, Brandon, but I love you. And Mark's going to be at the Memphis Comic Expo. So is Rockin Robbie. Speaking of which, let's do it one more again. Where is it? Got so many things now listed. It's the Robbie Tour, everybody. I'm excited. But yeah, the look at the lineups for all of those cons. They're all really fucking pumping. One day we'll get out to the West Coast. I also heard that Bueller's going to be in my area within a month. So I'm very excited for that. Very excited. Oh, sweet. You're coming to the Memphis Comic Expo. Donnie has a killer lineup this year. Just announced Capullo Friday. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, James O'Barr, Kevin Nolan. Bruh. It's better than the year. I was there in 2019. That's when second time I met Liana, but I met Vita there too. But that's when I also met Scott Snyder. Also Gavin Guidry and, oh man, what's his name? Was it Kyle Stroms or Starks? Just Kyle Starks? It's the guy that did the Mars Attacks, did the Six Sidekicks book, right? I think he was there. Michael Norton, I think, the guy who does Grumble, one of the Eric Powell published books. I got the first volume of it. I bought it from him and got him to sign it. But Scott Snyder was there. It was a great show. But this is even a crazier lineup. It's a crazy ass lineup. Brando says, got through issues 12 through 25 of the Ultimate X-Men today, continuing Ultimate FF on issue 20. Those are some really good that's some really good stuff. You read Ultimate War along with that, right? And then because that encompasses like Return of the King and all that kind of shit, right? Oh man, that Mark Millar run, I cannot overstate how awesome Mark Millar was on Ultimates and Ultimate X-Men early on, and how awesome Bendis was with Bagley on Ultimate Spider-Man early on. That was such a great time to be digging into that kind of stuff. Sunday Night Live, you know it, John Doe. Jeff's in the house. Hello, Robbie and PCP Army. One Love and Station from Chicago. We got Fable in the house. What's up, my man? How you doing? Fable got to meet Mark and Jasmine from Geeks Unleashed last night. They hit the town together. I'm so jealous. Plus, he got that Prowl Ironhide box. I'm fucking jealous, man. Paying for it. Maybe I should do that too. My last eBay purchase still hasn't come in. It got lost somewhere in Atlanta, and I'm fucking kind of pissed. And I'm just gonna be like, give me my fucking money back. It was a complete Robert Crumb Volume 1. I ordered that shit like a month ago, over a month ago, probably. Ugh, whatever. But I'm just complaining. I saw you talking to Liana and Vita when I was talking to Snyder. Was going to say what's up, but when I was done talking to Scott, you were gone. Oh man, reverse of me. But I didn't realize that we were at the same con. You saw me. You should have just yelled out, "Rockin Robbie!" I love that shit. 2-1. Who hit the home run? Because that's all we can do. Oh, we actually have runners. Wow, damn. Two Gun Pedro's favorite is Raphael. Well, thank you, William. That's when I was at Scarefest last year. Got to meet Amelia Kincaid from Night of the Demons. Linnea Quigley was there too. Got to meet her. So I got a photo of both of them signed from the movie. Evil Face Bad says, Leo's the man. Leonardo, favorite cover. Yeah. It's the real one. Yep, the funky feel one. It's the real one. Yes, the funky feel one. Josh says, Don, because he's the best at all the video games. Nick says, Mikey all the way. Fuck, bruh, Station. Michelangelo's my favorite. That's awesome. Starlin has a new book out this Wednesday. Are you getting that signed? Oh, is that new, was it Midnight something? Is that the one from Aftershock? I'm excited to check it out. I don't know what I'm going to get him to sign. I guess my Life and Death of Captain Marvel trade paperback and maybe my Infinity Gauntlet. I mean, I don't have any issues. I do have the first appearance of Thanos, but I don't want to get it signed because I don't know how long. That thing's it's like falling apart. If I take that shit out of the bag, if he signs it, it's going to rip the fucking cover off. So I don't think I'm going to have him sign that. JT absence makes the heart grow fonder. Brian says, Raphael because of the movie. John is a Mikey fan. Hell yeah. Twitch is Leonardo. Da-da-da-da-da. I think about it. Will Smith smacked one person, but it affected everybody in the world. How strong is that? You're right, Evil Face Bad. Hey, Bro Joe's in the house. What's up, Brother Joe? Hey, it's Bueller Station. Comics with Bueller. Hey, bro, if you are going to be swinging this way, man, let me know as soon as you kind of figure out the time frame. If you got one, when you figure it out. Obviously, you're still got a lot of planning and plotting and driving to do. But I'd love to make sure that we can carve time out and, show you some cool things around town and shit like that, too, if you're interested. So, is Millar still writing comics? Absolutely. He just finished up one of my favorite books so far of this year, King of Spies. Matteo Scalera's artwork, fantastic in that book. Hey, Rob, Seinfeld or Friends? Seinfeld, all the way. Seinfeld, all the way. Figure, get it now, pay. Yeah, I do the pay and force shit, too. Like I said, though, my last one didn't go so well. Yeah, where is my Bueller shirt? I should have worn that. Sanji says, your intro music gets stuck in my head all the time. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You're talking about the bum, 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 bum. That's something I wrote, years, 2009 probably. And since I knew it would be royalty free, that's what I decided to use, and I've never gotten rid of it. Some people tell me they hate it. Other people tell me they love it. So If you want to hear the full version, just type in Robbie Rant's theme on YouTube, and it's already up there. All right, since Bueller's here, I want to let him know what I've done here. So Bueller has gifted here at Rockin Robbie Live. He's gifted us with the first 5 and the final 5, and we have taken that. We were doing the first 6 and the final 9 in tribute to his first 5 and final 5. So he's gifted that to us. That's what we've been doing, and I'm ready now because I'm about to debut the new graphic for it. So here we are. About a half hour into the show, it's time to get to the first 5, everybody. And we're going through the Blu-ray collection. We're going through this enormous Puppet Master box set that I have. The final 3 films here. I've never seen these either, but there's Puppet Master, Axis of Evil. So apparently it's set in World War II or some shit. All right, then we got, that makes sense with the Axis title. Then we got the Axis Rising. So Puppet Master, Axis Rising. Puppet Master in World War II, that could be cool. And then this was the final one of the Axis trilogy, it's called. Puppet Master, Axis Termination. And that was everything that's in the box set. I should have brought the whole box set to show you. It's huge, but it's every Puppet Master film, at least up until this one. They keep making these damn things. Now we're out of Puppet Master. And it's Purple Rain. You know I gotta have me some Purple Rain, y'all. I found this on Hamilton Books, super cheap. It was like $5. I was like, you gotta have Purple Rain. I need to get Color Purple, too. I always think of those 2 movies together just because of the word purple. And then, First Blood. First Blood shouldn't be in the R's. It should be in the F's, right? Because we're about to go from the P's to the R's. I have no Q. I need to get Q the Winged Serpent. I took it for granted. It was like $12. I kept it in my Amazon wish list. And now it's out of stock in Amazon, and like, what the hell's wrong with me? But no, this is with my Rambo movies, obviously. So there's First Blood right there, the best Rambo film. But I fucking love all of them. So there you go. First 5 brought to you by Comics with Bueller. And Comics with Bueller is brought to you by Whatnot. Still waiting on my first exclusive, Robbie exclusive, and my final Robbie exclusive. I got it waiting for you, brother. Sorry about that. I've been approached to do like auctions and shit like that. I'm just like, y'all, I can't even get my own shit out. Like, don't leave it up to me. I can't do that. I can't. I'm bad. I do not like doing that shit. I do not like shipping and packing and all that kind of stuff. I'd sell a lot more mystery boxes if I felt like it. That's why we always do them in a very limited quantity. And now I got to make like 100 of those bastards for 2 weeks from now. So at least I don't have to ship them. So there's that. Is King of Spies your favorite Scalera book? I really like Black Science, but never got to finishing it. I liked Black Science too and never got around to finishing it. As of right now, man, I'm blanking on anything else that I've read from him, but I know I have. Let's look it up. Favorite Matteo Scalera book. Oh, man, that Harley Quinn book was fucking awesome. Space Bandits is okay. The art's great, but the story is just okay for me. Yeah, Black Science, he's mostly, yeah, there you go. I mean, I don't know. It's either going to be King of Spies or the Harley Quinn White Knight series that he did. Comics with Your Average Joe said, watch your top comic writers of all time. I'm surprised you left off Rom V. Rom V's still new, you know, and Rom is up there, but, you know, he's still early in his career. There's still a lot to do. Bueller wants to try an Alabama Taco Bell chalupa when he gets there. I don't think we're going to allow that to happen. I don't think we're going to allow that to happen at all. At all. I don't think we're going to allow that to happen. You know, the even more messed up thing sometimes about why I don't like shipping is I can just hand it off to the shipping department at my store for them to handle, but I don't always like to do that, you know. I feel like it's taking advantage of my position, but whatever. Who knows? Who knows? So how are y'all doing? Looks like the Yankees are still just 2-1. Okay, that's nice, though. That's good. Bueller says shipping sucks. It really does. 62 says, Black Science is awesome. I just picked it up. By the way, everybody needs to get to that. When I do those shows with Dynamite, they give away some pretty cool prizes sometimes, man. Most of the times, actually. So, like, just go to that video and comment, and you'll be entered to win. You may win. Like, people like Verno and 62, like, they've won, and Manny, they've won shit. Just random shit. Do you play Lego Star Wars? It's fire. No, I don't play anything that's not, like, basic. Basically, I only play retro games. What do you think about Hickman's FF for new readers? For new readers. Well, I think it's a good, compelling story, and like when I started reading Fantastic Four, I was a kid, and I didn't know all that backstory and all that shit, and I was confused about certain things at first, but you just keep with it, and you eventually figure it out. I think Hickman's run will be good for new readers as far as that goes. It may seem, you may not get it quite at first, but you'll get into it, right? And then it will be rewarding, right? But if you do want a little bit of just like, what do you need to get there before that? I've always recommended it this way. The Kirby Lee stuff, then you could skip right into John Byrne stuff, and then you could skip right into Mark Waid, Mike Wieringo stuff, and then you could go right into Hickman stuff if you wanted to do it that way. "62 Lefty Blue says, I have one almost monthly. Metal cover, coins, comics. It's awesome. That's just for leaving a comment. Hell yeah. Got a Luis and Walt Simonson signed X-Men Legends for under $20. Hell yeah. Hey, we got Atari in the house, 3375. Did he just say 3375? He did, okay. I thought so. No mystery there. So there you go. No Alabama pancakes. That's a good hashtag. Herm, let's keep that one going. Fable, how y'all feeling about our Yankees right now, man? They looking good. They weren't on anybody's like, oh, these are the ones to look out for. That's the sweet spot. That's where you want to be. You don't want to be like the fucking Lakers and be a preseason fucking favorite to make the finals and then not even fucking make the playoffs. You don't want to be that. What's up, Lev? Yo, yourself, how you doing? Who do you think will have the better summer event, Marvel's Judgment Day or DC Dark Crisis? Sales-wise, I think they may be a little bit even. Maybe the edge goes to Marvel there. Quality-wise, I would say, first of all, you got Joshua Williamson, you got Kieran Gillen. You got two good things going for it. You have two good writers. The problem is, a lot of people are going to be tired of Crisis events. That being said, I'm really pumped for Dark Crisis. I've read Justice League 75, The Death of the Justice League, or at least an early copy. It's been revised a little bit, I've heard. But I liked it. And so I'm liking the lead in. I like the time that it's taken. There is a direction that's shifting and pinholing towards it. So I'm down with that. The Avengers X-Men Eternals event seems like it's just kind of coming out of fucking nowhere. A little bit too late. Maybe this should have been timed better with the Eternals movie. And I honestly just don't think we care. I don't think people want another Avengers versus X-Men. I definitely don't think they want one with the Eternals thrown in. So there you go. Yeah, man, they predicted the Yankees to finish fourth in their division, and there's a lot of baseball to be played. But we looking good, man. Our bullpen's looking good, man. That's important. Big Herm says, I want an awesome Wade Wieringo Fantastic Four omnibus by leaving a comment. That was here, yeah, but yeah. Yes, I am a Darkwing Duck fan, actually. And if you are a Darkwing Duck fan, Fantagraphics has a hardcover collection of the Disney Afternoon Darkwing Duck comics. Totally fucking worth it. I got them at my shop, and I'm definitely going to have to pick it up one day. Scarpad, you're a Baston fan, aren't you? I don't know when we're going to get you on Dylan's Horror Show. Dylan said you want to do the It's Alive trilogy with us. I don't understand why we've never done that, because I'm ready. I've only ever seen the first one. I got the box set. I want to get into it. We should do that in the summer. Fable says, I'm slightly interested, if only, to see the Eternals get their asses kicked. Scarpat says Yanks have a good bullpen. Station. Y'all aren't too bad yourselves. Y'all got some good starting pitching. It's weird to say. It sounds civil. Comic book therapy in the house. Best place to be on a Sunday night. Thank you so much. Just picked up a duck wing from a what? What's a duck wing and why'd you pick it up? Are you talking about what? I don't know what's going on. Oh, a duck wing, like the toy? Oh man, Darkwing Duck had some badass toys, man. I never got into them. Twitch says, Lakers had no business being a favorite. Westbrook is the most overrated player in the league, and Melo is a complete liability. Combine it with AD being made of glass and an aging LeBron James. It should have been obvious. Yeah. Should have been. Scarpat says, yeah, I have the box set. Just waiting for the word. Okay, I'm going to get Dylan on that. The lead up, though, to Axe has been happening in the Eternals book, says Mark McGrath, who may or may not be the guy from Sugar Ray. We're not quite certain on that. He's never quite addressed that, so makes me nervous. I'm sorry, y'all. Eric, I love you. But Eric said, I like Claremont FF more than Burns. It's painful. It's painful to me to hear you say that. Or to read you type that. To read you write that. I could not disagree further. But yeah, that's cool, man. There are elements I like of Claremont's run. At the time, I hated it. I thought it was just fucking painful to get through. I hated it. It was one of my least favorite runs. But having had chats with Chris Claremont about Fantastic Four, I get a little bit more about what he was going for. And I appreciate those books now when I reread them. I actually appreciate early or like late 90s Claremont now. His brief run, the Revolution era of X-Men, where he took over X-Men and Uncanny X-Men again, very fucking briefly until they decided to just go crazy. Joey Q came in, and then they brought in Grant Morrison, and I'm glad they did, but I really like his little run there, the return when he came back wearing the 4-5, you know what I'm saying? Yankees are not the number one payroll in baseball, though. I'm just going to say that. They're one of the tops, but they're not the top. I have not been reading the Eternals. I grabbed up the first volume and set it somewhere so I could read it, and I don't know where the fuck I put it. I haven't found that shit in weeks. Next time it's painful, do the Peter Griffin knee pain bit. I'm not familiar with that bit. I'm not a big Seth MacFarlane fan, so I've never really watched a lot of Family Guy. What's your favorite run of the Hulk, and what's your thoughts on the current? My thoughts on the current are that it's absolutely ridiculous and silly, and it makes no sense narratively, and I think that's stupid. At the same time, I love the artwork. I love the balls-to-the-wall approach of that artwork. I think it's very dynamic. So that is really keeping me in, and actually, I think the silly, dumbass story fits that artwork very well. And I hated the book at first, but issue by issue, I'm letting go of more and enjoying more, if that makes sense. I think the Dodgers are number one, Twitch. Yankees might be number two. They're either 2 or 3, but I think the Dodgers might be number one. But Yankees have been the highest payroll in a while. Judge turning down the fucking offer. This is like the highest contract we've ever offered to a fucking player. Pretty much. And he turns it down. He's really banking on not getting fucking hurt this year. You too, Eric. All in fun and jest. Claremont's the one that brought back Valeria, basically. Evil Face Bad says, I just can't stand Naomi being on the Justice League, and especially first rank. Somebody shoot me already. Oh, that's over. It's done. Bendis is off the book. That's over. Forgot the artist that worked on X-Men while Grant was writing, but the art was awful. More power to you. Everybody's, that's subjective. I'm a big fan of Frank Quitely. I'm a big fan of Igor Cordy, who had some rush jobs in there. Phil Jimenez did a lot in there that I really liked. Mark Silvestri at the end. Even Ethan Van Sciver was on there. So there's a bunch of different artists on New X-Men. Yeah, I know, William, man. I just wish I could have justified buying more Elektra Black, White, and Blood number fucking 4, because that's the last issue of the series, which is always going to be, especially on an anthology series, like the least selling. I wish I could have ordered more, because that cover's fucking badass. And I know a lot of people are going to want it. Cardstock variants in the house. Who you got, Worldbreaker Hulk or Allfather Thor? I will go Worldbreaker Hulk, because ultimately Thor is going to make a mistake because he's not the smartest. And even though Hulk at times is not the smartest, he just keeps getting fucking stronger. So I'll go with him. What was all that noise out there, Cat? Someone just break into the apartment? Shit. My baseball bat's in the fucking hallway. Dodgers had the biggest payroll, then Mets, then the Yanks. Yeah, there you go. Moneyball. What did you think of the new Punisher series, first issue? I was not enthused, but after reading it, I was sold with the surprise appearance at the end. Mike, I really liked that first issue. I was not looking forward to it. I did like the artwork. I did like the story. And yeah, that surprise at the end, that gave me the understanding and the motivation of why Frank Castle's going to be working with the Hand. Jaime says, rereading Old Man Logan. Loved Lemire's run with Sorrentino and art. Sorrentino's work is just incredible. What'd you think of this run? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that Sorrentino did the Bendis stuff. I don't know if he did the Lemire stuff. I know that Mike Deodato came in to do second part, or the big chunk of the second half of the Lemire run. But maybe it was Sorrentino. But I actually like that Old Man Logan run. I really do. I think it's pretty solid. It was one of my favorites while it was going on. It's been like my favorite Wolverine solo run since like Mark Millar, Greg Rucka, and that's years and years ago. Three to 1 Boston. God damn it. All right, now it's time to look back to last week at comic book shops. And out of everything you read, everything that came out, what was your favorite comic book? In fact, what was your pick of the week? My pick of the week was Red Room, Trigger Warnings, issue number 2. I wasn't planning on doing so much back-to-back cartoonist kayfabe pick of the weeks, but it just the way the cookie crumbled. Out of everything I read, I love this. Of course, that's the Jim Rugg variant right there. Charles Schultz, Charlie Brown, homage. This book is great. So this is, like every issue of the Red Room, a one-and-done story. This one introduces us to these characters, the Pumpkins. Think of a young Bonnie and Clyde in the world of the Red Room. What is the Red Room? Well, it's people, it's murder for fun and profit on the dark web. But they're basically live-streamed murders, snuff films being committed on the web. This is about a young man and a young woman who are madly in love with each other, who decide that they want to get in on the Red Rooms, and it starts off with their supposed suicide right there in the beginning. A little bit of use of color there, and it tells us their story, and they've left this suicide note on an iPhone that you can read all the way through, and it tells their story, and then it has some twists, and it's got some turns, and it's got some wild, gnarly torture, and it's gross, and it's exactly what it's supposed to be. Now, a lot of people, this book is maybe too much for them, and I understand that. I respect that. That's great. I don't mind violence. I don't mind gore. I don't mind this kind of stuff because I love it. I was just talking last night on Dylan's Horror Show about how much I love Eli Roth. So, but what I really like about this issue in particular is that this is probably the best issue of Red Room yet. Like, Ed Piscor is a brilliant artist. I really like his style. I really like his use of his iteration of duo shading and duotone, right? Screen tones and his experimentation with color now. the great design of these masks. Let me see if I can get a good shot of the mask. Oh, all these references to old school shit too, like Wrestling Buddies, old comics, old Nintendo games. Really cool design on the characters. Very striking, very gnarly, but I think he's leveling up as a writer. He's trying to give us these self-contained stories as part of a larger narrative that you can eventually piece an overall story, but it works for that. It works so freaking well. So the art is great. The technical craft of the art is great, but now the technical craft of the story making, of the script, of the structure of that story is leveling freaking up. I absolutely loved this book. So I want to know, if you're reading it, what did you think of Red Room Trigger Warnings issue number 2? And outside of that, what was your favorite comic book you read last week? What was your pick of the week? So sound off. GT Key Comics says nothing wrong with a little beheading. I agree. I still love the body parts on the damn cover too. That just makes it even better. I love these Jim Rugg covers so frickin' much, man. Set that there. So frickin' much. Mike says, I have all the Red Room issues. I just haven't gotten around to reading them. I'll have to read that soon. Yeah, I hope you do. And they're great. You can just read one at a time and enjoy it. It's really good. But they're dense. They're not quick reads either. Eric says, Moon Knight, that was great. Scorched, that was great. X-Force, both. I didn't read those. And the Xenoscope books. I haven't read those ones either. Mark says, Little Monsters 2, Nottingham number 6. I really like the direction of Nottingham. That's been a fun book. And I really like the approach that they're doing in this one, where Robin Hood is going to have to team up basically with the Sheriff of Nottingham. Marion's the badass, right? Love that. Little Monsters, though. Little Monsters 2 gave me the punch I was wanting from issue number 1. And I'm really liking the use of grayscale by Dustin Nguyen. Reverse Amoeba says, Nottingham was awesome, so was Firepower. My LCS got shorted Red Room, so it'll probably end up being my pick. Firepower's dope as fuck. Firepower is just one of those books that I think more people need to read. There's Walking Dead cannot be more popular. And Firepower is the one, 100%. James says, just read Radio Apocalypse number 2 with the music for the first time. Awesome reading experience. Yeah, I know it may seem troublesome for some people, but if you actually do listen to the music as you're reading those books, it's fantastic. I cannot wait to put together a playlist and read the graphic novel when it comes out. See if the timing works too, you know what I'm saying? Sex, money, and murder, Andy. That's all we need sometime. Brando says, Batman Beyond Neo Year, pick of the week. Okay. Evil Face Bat says, The Sumerian. That's the artwork in that book is so freaking good. Eagle Tiger Nole says, read Hour of the Dragon number 1 and number 2. This amazing artwork and storytelling. Sleepy Reader 666 says, Heavy Metal Drummer. I love that fucking book. That book is so ridiculously awesome. Tomorrow Cinema says, Moon Knight and X-Men Red were legit. Loving Moon Knight still, obviously. Very surprised how much I liked X-Men Red. I really liked X-Men Red. I bet when Brandon heard that, flipped his fucking shit. I really liked it. Really liked it. Mark says, Red Room was also great. Has been since issue number 1. Mike says, Firepower's the shit. Sleepy Reader says, yeah, Hour of the Dragon too. What's Hour of the Dragon? Did I read that one? Hour. Oh, that's a Conan book. Yeah, I've never read that. Oh no, is that the new damn Sumerian book? Yeah, I read that. Issue number 2. Sorry. 62 Lefty Blue says, Heavy Metal Drummer is hilarious. Yeah, I love it. Jorum's in the house. Happy save, motherfucker station. Put a punctuation on that, Rockin Robbie. You are the man. Swish, crash, smish, fail, pad, badge, big up. Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I got you, Damien. I read that shit. That's based on What is it? Conan the Destroyer? You said that they put it in a paperback novel that you had, and it was like one of your favorites. So like this is based on like one of your favorite Conan stories. What was that little pocket novel called? Like Conan the Adventurer or Conan the Destroyer or something like that? 62 says Rocketeer is good. Nottingham is good. Alice Ever After was good too. I liked the Alice book too. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good. Brando's suggestion of Fantastic Four 60 from the Wade run was enjoyable. Was that the 10-cent issue? That's one of the best single issues of Fantastic Four. Read that, you get the Fantastic Four. Conan the Conqueror. Thank you so much, Damien. I've been trying to think of that for a minute. Andy says, didn't get any comics this week. Just like to make an appearance at the LCS, or as I like to call it, Attack of the Pores. Jesus. Easy Reader says, Moon Knight was my pick. Eric says, I will be reading Kirkman's Clementine based on The Walking Dead. Yeah, I see y'all out there talking about Invincible. Y'all like Kirkman so much. Y'all need to be reading Firepower. Firepower is the fucking most expertly structured and crafted story that Robert Kirkman's ever scripted. Seriously. Some good shit. Hell yeah. All right, now it's time to look ahead at what's coming up in shops this week. New comic book wise, we got Wonder Woman 786 continuing the trial of the Amazons, X-Men number 10, Venom number 7, Batman Catwoman number 11, Miles Morales Spider-Man 37, Superman Son of Kal-El number 10, Star Wars Darth Vader 22, Star Wars 22, Noctera number 9. I think I'm off that one. Noctera's just not been grabbing me. Eternals number 11, Batman 89 number 5, Batman Urban Legends 14, Kingspawn number 9, Batgirls number 5, Black Panther number 5, Flashpoint Beyond number 0, I Am Batman number 8, Green Lantern number 12, Future State Gotham number 12, What If, Miles Morales number 2, X-Men 92, House of 92 number 1, Captain Carter number 2, Elektra number 100 with a great Dan Panosian cover, Mighty Morphin number 18, Rain number 4, Seven Secrets number 16, Sandman Universe Nightmare Country number 1, Suicide Squad Blaze number 2, Image, which is a new anthology celebrating their 30th anniversary. Image number 1, Farmhand returns with issue number 16. The Last Book You'll Ever Read number 7. Radio Spaceman from Mike Mignola number 2. Naomi season 2 number 2. A Town Called Terror number 1 from Image. The Rush number 5. Norse Mythology volume 3 number 3. Shadow Man number 8. Last Flight Out number 6. Nita Hall's Nightmare Blog number 6. Hit Me number 2. Immortal Red Sonja number 1. Daisy number 5, Human Remains number 7, The Sword of Hyperborea number 4, Angel number 4, Sheena, Queen of the Jungle number 5, Evil Ernie number 5, Life Zero number 3, Midnight Rose, that's the new Jim Starlin book from Aftershock. That's a oversized graphic novel basically. We Ride Titans number 3, Breakout number 1, The Kill Lock, The Artisan Wraith number 2, Dark Beach number 1, Mad Magazine 25, Kaiju Score, Steal from the Gods number 1, Betty Page, The Alien Agenda number 2, All Guts, No Glory number 3, Van Helsing, Shattered Soul number 1, Back Issue 134, The Wrong Earth, Fame and Fortune number 1, and Bun and Tea number 1. And that's what we got coming up in shops this week. What are you excited to check out? Let us know in the comments in the chat right now. We'll be right back here on Rockin Robbie Live with the DC Sneak Peek. We'll be talking about Moon Knight. We'll be talking about Axe Wielder John. All that and more as we continue here on Rockin Robbie Live.
my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains. I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things. Gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain. I just wanna be greatness. 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 Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent, and it's only a percent. I'm gonna take shots, if I miss all, forget it. I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. Bad energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself.
Hey everybody, welcome back here to Rockin Robbie Live on Pop Culture Philosophers on a Sunday night. We've already had a great time already tonight, talking about comic books, movies, pop culture, a whole lot more. We looked back at last week. We talked about our favorite comic books. We looked ahead at what's coming up in shops. This week, I asked everybody, what are you most looking forward to? You can let me know in the chat right now. We'll get to it. I do want to say you should follow Pop Culture Philosophers on Facebook and on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, join the PCP Army. That's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. You can follow me on Twitter at the Rockin Robbie. And if you want to help support the channel, you can do so at patreon.com/PCP or with a super chat tonight. Those are our fine PCP patrons right there. And we've already had a super chat from one Nick Patera tonight. Station. I am feeling in the fucking zone now, so you never know what's going to happen tonight. I will say that all super chats are going to be funding the Rockin Robbie Tour 2022. That's right. Robbie's making his way across some of the country this year. I hope you get to catch up with me and see me. I'll be, of course, in Huntsville for the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo in April. In June, Heroes Con in North Carolina. Memphis Comic Expo in September. And Lexington, Kentucky for Scarefest in October. So yeah, there you go. How is everybody doing? Let's see what everybody was saying, what they are looking forward to the most coming out in comic shops this week. Let's see. Bad Jesus said the Joneses #1 was really good. Yeah, I like that too. I'd like to see where that develops. Let's see. Eric's looking forward to Life Zero. 62 says, my best pickup of the week was We Don't Kill Spiders #1 in a giant oversized black and white with blue line artist edition. Nice. Easy Reader says, looking forward to the Sandman book and Shadow Man. Manny says, The Rush has been so good. Easy Reader says, glad Farmhand is finally coming back. Me too. Really like that. Albert's looking forward to Farmhand as well. Brando says, Black Panther has been dope. We will see where it goes. X-Men 10 I'm also excited for. If Naomi doesn't grasp me next issue, it's gone. Andy's excited for Venom. John's excited for Tynan's take on Sandman. Manny says, Human Remains is so damn sad. Dig it, but it's an early Taylor Swift album cry in the tub type of book. Don't know much about that, but all right. Easy Reader says, Lady Mechanic has been pretty heavy, too. Evil Face Bad says, this song makes me want to fight my 5th grade bully again 23 years ago, real quick. Rizzo ties it, baby. 3-3, Yankees! Come on! Hell yeah. Song got me imagining I'm fighting Darth Vader in Middle-earth with ninja swords. Joram says, bought 11 Peach covers yesterday for happiness. Do your thing. Jaime says, Flashpoint and Radio Apocalypse, or Radio Spaceman, my bad, are my pulls this week. Also picking up the Gotham Central Omnibus. And he's looking forward to Venom, like we said. Let's see. Can't wait for the new Shaolin Cowboy, says Kelvin. Yeah, that's in May. Very excited for that. Manny says, laying down on the little one, getting turned on this whole milk sippy cup tip. Okay. All right. Got the super chat from Brando at Comics Kings. Thank you so much, Brando. We really appreciate it. It ain't a joke, I'd like to buy the world a token, teach the world to sing in perfect harmony, and teach the world to snuff the fires and the liars. Yes, I know it's just a song, but it's spice for the recipe. This is a love attack. Went out, but it's back. Just like getting fat, it retracts before impact, and just like fashion is smashing the with it and hip. Something, something, something. Get in the click. Yo, smash mouth. That's what I was rhyming. Walking in the sun, if you know my lion and my timing. What's going on? I don't know, but that song came out in like 97. That's so long ago. Robbie, it was like yesterday. No, it wasn't. It was 2 decades ago. Man, you are frontin'. Man, you are something. Let me tell you what, I don't understand what's going on. I think that the 90s was just about 10 years ago, but it wasn't. Nope. No, no, no. We're getting old. Oh, oh, oh. How much weed have I smoked? How much time have I gone broke? It doesn't matter. All I know is that we still won't show. Thank you so much for that super chat, Brando. We really do appreciate it. Mark says, Flashpoint Zero, although I am not jazzed about Tim Sheridan joining the creative team next issue. Eternals 11, Shadow Man number 8, Life 03, and Killlock number 2. 62 Lefty Blues is looking forward to the Wolverine Weapon X Gallery Edition hardcover. Yeah, that could be really cool. 62 says, bring back the Hellboy song. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. Bobby's in the house. Bobby De La Ghetto. What's up, station? Pop, pop, boom. My man. If you notice, the Hellboy song has been brought up, but it's been random. What is the criteria? I know what the criteria is, but do you? Maybe somebody out there is going to test the algorithm, figure out what it is. Is the new Reckless book coming out next week? I think there's one coming soon. And it will be, let's see. Let's look this up. Allegedly, the new one comes out this week. According to Image's website, it comes out this week. The Ghost in You. I read the first Reckless book. I did a Robbie's Reads on it. Loved it. And I still need to get caught up. So yeah, James, looks like it's coming out this week. Twitch says, A Town Called Terror, 7 Secrets, and Hit Me are all my most anticipated books of the week. There you go. We now pause for station identification. Yes, I am also looking forward to Daniel Warren Johnson's Do a Power Bomb from Image in June. Hell yeah. Hardcore Station. William says the criteria is $20 support, so if you want a Hellboy song, donate. I don't know if that's quite it, but something. Eric says, Brubaker rules. I agree. He was definitely an honorable mention on my greatest comic book writers of all time conversation I had with Rex on Friday for the Rex and Robbie show. All right, it's time to look ahead. DC, believe it or not, published comics, they're coming out this week on Tuesday because they're special. So I read the ones I wanted to. There's only 6 of them. It's getting slim pickings for DC here lately. But here it is. It's time for your DC sneak peek. And first up, we're going to talk about Wonder Woman, issue 786. I dropped off of Wonder Woman. It started strong, then it kind of got dull and boring, and I dropped out of it. But Trial of the Amazons is an interesting nugget of an idea, but the execution has not won me over yet, so I'm sticking with it, though. Wonder Woman is the latest chapter, and it does progress the story forward just a little bit. It's very Goblet of Fire at times, but it still is just very poor execution. A cool concept that could be really good, but it's not handled in the greatest way. The artwork in here is okay, but it's just an all right issue. Then we got Naomi season 2, issue number 2. It does a flashback to her time in the Justice League. I found that to be completely ridiculous, and I didn't like it at first. Then it's getting into the mystery of this dude, the Thanagarian warrior from season 1. He's disappeared. She's diving more into his past and her father's past. And if you know anything, her friend who left who's from Thanagar. Her dad, her adoptive dad, is from Ran, the Ran-Thanagar War. You know there's bad blood there, so I like the way that they're diving into that. I like some of the attempts here on the artwork. It's not quite as dynamic or powerful as Season 1. Maybe it's printed on different paper and it hasn't been adjusted, but some of the coloring isn't as bright as it should be, but it's still a pretty solid enough read that it did engage me. So there you go. Then we get Superman, Son of Kal-El, issue number 10. This is a book that I've planned on dropping many times because it's just not doing much for me. I really like the character of Jonathan Kent, but I feel like Tom Taylor, even though he did Jonathan Kent dealing with the weight of becoming Superman so well in the Deceased books, that it's just weird that it's not working or clicking for me here in Son of Kal-El. But just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Because overall, I thought this was a weak issue, but the end of the issue could make the whole thing more interesting. But it's probably a fake out. So probably not. Then we got Green Lantern, issue number 12, the final issue for now of Jeffrey Thorne's Green Lantern run, which I had been up and down on, but I stuck with it because it had a promise of some really interesting concepts. And I'm really glad I stuck through because these last few issues have really blown me away. And issue number 12, Jeff takes the whole issue to kind of just do a resolution, which you don't see in comics. So this was a planned 12-issue story, an oversized issues that had a very dramatic, climatic conclusion, and then a nice resolution to tie a lot of stuff up, set a lot of stuff up, including the new direction of certain characters within the Green Lantern franchise. And there is a promise that there is more to come. I haven't seen anything in the solicitations, but do not think that I will not be hesitant to reach out to Jeff Thorne myself and be like, bro, what's going on? When's it dropping? Because I really like his Green Lantern run. Then we got Flashpoint Beyond, issue number 0. This was my favorite DC book of the week, though, that I read. Flashpoint Beyond was really cool. Basically, Thomas Wayne Batman from the Flashpoint universe. And now, if you're not familiar with the Flashpoint universe, you may be a bit lost. They do a decent job trying to catch people up, but you will be lost if you haven't read Flashpoint just a little bit. But basically what's going on is this. Thomas Wayne survives Flashpoint, we know this, pulled out by Reverse Flash, winds up in the Button, winds up in the Tom King run, winds up in Infinite Frontier and Justice League Incarnate, and then he allegedly dies there. But does he? He winds up waking up, and the Flashpoint universe has been replenished. It's back. It's like nothing ever happened. There's some really great moments in here, too, where Thomas Wayne is trying to replicate some of the events of Flashpoint because he's like, all right, so apparently it didn't work. We got to do it all again. Go back and fix it. There's some things that don't go as he planned in this book, and I really like the way that it's done. So it's written by Jeff Johns with artwork by Eduardo Risso. The artwork is absolutely amazing. I loved it. I loved the story. It's got a cardstock cover, great quality paper, oversized issue, great noirish type artwork. Really cool stuff. Colors come across a bit muddy at times, very poppy at other times. I shouldn't have shown you that, but who cares? It is $6, but I thought it was the best DC book of the week, and I also read Sandman Universe Nightmare Country, issue number 1. James Tynan doing a Corinthian story. I'm a big fan of the Corinthian from the Sandman world. Creepy character, very underutilized there. They've done other books with him, and so now we're getting Nightmare Country, where I don't know what the hell this book is about. It's kind of confusing, to be honest, as far as the narrative goes. The Corinthian's back in the dreaming. He's haunting people. He's having these weird memories of when he was a serial killer. I don't know what's going on in this fucking book. But I was mesmerized by the artwork. Lissandro Estherren, who we know from Strange Skies Over East Berlin, and also what's that damn book? Redneck with Donny Cates. Really great style for him. Some of the best artwork I've seen from Estherren here. Yannick Paquette doing some of the artwork for certain sequences. The artwork's great. I was really lost about what the hell was going on. And I'm like, all you can pull, James, all you can pull is that they lean heavy into one aspect of the Corinthian that just, I don't know. I was a little bit lost. So real quick to Wonder Woman, 786, skip it. Naomi, it's decent. Superman, Son of Kal-El, I would say skip it, but the end has some promise. Green Lantern number 12, read Jeffrey Thorne's Green Lantern run. It's really good. Flashpoint Beyond, that's the best DC book I read this week. I really enjoyed that. Nightmare Country, I liked. I'm intrigued by it. I love the artwork, but I am lost as far as that story goes. And that is your DC Comics sneak peek. Yeah, brother. All right. Let's see. Save my marriage, retire the Hellboy song. To which William says, hashtag speak to attorney. Trenton says, which one should I get? Batman Omnibus Volume 1 by Scott Snyder or Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 1 by Hickman? I like the Hickman run of Fantastic Four better than the Snyder run of Batman, but the Batman run by Snyder is one of the most accessible comic books out there, so that's a great book to read. That's really good. That's a really tough choice. Me personally, I would go Hickman. That being said, I don't have the Hickman Omnibus, but I have the Snyder Omnibus. That being said, I have every issue of Fantastic Four from a point forward, including, of course, the Hickman one. So there you go. Brando says, Trenton, I would recommend Fantastic Four if you're looking for a complete tale. Snyder's Batman had 3 enjoyable arcs, didn't really connect though. Okay. Bobby says, Robbie played a special version of the Hellboy song the day Fable's son was born, so the criteria is you have to have a kid. Eric says, we want the JSA. Station of that, my man. All right, Manny. Twitch says, Tom Taylor has decidedly taken a different approach to the character than Deceased and has stated that he is basing his approach off of his son and the advocacy he sees in kids today. Probably why it doesn't appeal to a lot of older readers, which are the majority of the comic book readers. Hey, Lost in Comics in the house. That Chris, what's up, my man? Caught a lot of your show on Thursday night. Great show. So that was the DC sneak peek. We're about to get into some Moon Knight discussion. Jaime says, any hint of woke culture in a comic and I'm out. I'm not like that. I think there's lots of different viewpoints, and I'm down to listen, and I'm down to experience through fiction many different viewpoints. One of my favorite things about stories and reading in general is just seeing another person's perspective and something outside of my experience. There's just something, though, that's not resonating with me. Now, if it's something's preachy, I don't like preachy shit. You know what I'm saying? On any side, but Superman, Son of Kal-El has some preachiness to it. It really fucking does. But the ending of this, I don't want to read. I don't like the book, but I don't know. I keep reading it just to see what's happening. I don't know. So I guess there's a part of me that likes it. Comics with Your Average Joe said, just bought Volume 1 of Grant Morrison run on Batman. Any thoughts before I read it? Every Batman story happened and it matters. That's the way Grant approached his Batman run. Or there, however you want to approach that. That's how Grant approached Grant's Batman run. That every story, and Grant was trying to integrate into the ongoing narrative of Batman, all the wild, wonky stories of back in the day. And he does it in a really cool way. Stick with it and pay attention to the proper reading order. I read the first bit of The Weatherman, but it didn't quite grab me. Brando says, Morrison's Batman is my favorite Batman run. You'll enjoy it. Empire says, well said, Robbie. Well said. Well, thank you, Station Empire. I don't mind message-oriented books. I just don't like preachy books. on anything. I tried with Son of Kal-El, but the noise canceling headphones thing was it for me. That shit was dumb. Morrison does rule. Hell yeah. Absolutely. All right, y'all. You can say that we're about to get into spoiler territory for Moon Knight, but we're not necessarily doing a breakdown, but I do got some things I want to say. It is time to dive into Moon Knight Episode 2, which I believe was titled Summon the Suit. So it's time for one of my new favorite little segments here, at least one of my favorite little graphics I've put together. It's time for Talking Moon Knight by the Moonlight. Y'all, what the hell they doing to Mr. Knight? Why are they making Mr. Knight a doofus? You gotta be kidding me. Mr. Knight's a buffoon? What the hell? What is going on? Y'all were here with me last week. We did the first bit of Talking Moon Knight by the Moonlight. I gave it a 4, you digs. I said there's a lot of promise. They changed up Stephen Grant, but I'm down with it. I like the performance by Oscar Isaac. Now let me go ahead and say this. Oscar Isaac's performance in episode 2 is still fucking brilliant. He's doing such an amazing job of playing Mark Spector and Stephen Grant. Not just two different voices and accents, different body posture, different movements, everything is different. It's so freaking good. Oscar Isaac, we don't deserve him. We're not worthy. That being said, man, I cannot fucking tell y'all, I am severely disappointed that the Marvel Cinematic Universe has yet to show us that they can handle a somber, serious, dark approach to a story. I'm cool with the Marvel cookie cutter formula. I'm down with that. I get it. I like a lot of that shit. It's cool. Comedy, I don't mind jokes, but don't make my character a joke. Moon Knight's not a jokey character. Yeah, there's humor involved in comics with Moon Knight. Don't get me wrong, But god damn, can we at least for once take something with a little bit of fucking seriousness? Are you fucking serious? Okay, they explain the origin of Moon Knight here. Mark had to die and had to give himself over to Khonshu, the moon god of Egypt, and all this shit. And what did they say? Well, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why? This fucking shit is these dumb, stupid ass comic book stories are making y'all fucking billions of dollars. Stop acting like they're fucking joke stories. They're not. Secondly, why they making Mr. Knight a buffoon? Moon Knight's pretty badass. Still got some really bad wonky CG. Really fucking bad. It's like, why do we get... Here's what I'm just learning. Disney's at top because they cut costs wherever fucking possible, right? Disney owns Marvel Studios, they own Marvel Comics, and we get the shittiest paper quality from a company with the most fucking resources. And we also get the worst CG from the company with the most fucking resources. It makes no sense. Why does the CG fucking eagle in Peacemaker look better than fucking Moon Knight's cape? It's fucking infuriating, right? Then we get the debut of Mr. Knight. Mr. Knight. That's Moon Knight in a different persona, basically, where Ellis had this approach. Not only are there 3 human characters, there are 3 iterations of Moon Knight too, right? And that's something that Warren Ellis was approaching in his run. Good luck finding it, not in fucking print. Anyway, that being said, you should read that book. That's where we first see Mr. Knight. This is the dude in that clean white suit's gonna roll his sleeves up and beat the shit out of you, man. This is the dude that went up in a whole fucking apartment building, raid style, fucking video game brawler style, just fucking taking people out, knocking ass. You know what I'm saying? Instead, now he's fucking Deadpool Jr., Deadpool fucking White. What the fuck is that? It looks so fucking stupid when he's like fucking Mr. Knight and being all fucking doofy and his eyes are rolling around. He's getting his shit kicked out of him. And he's just thinking, hey, that's stupid, isn't it? It's fucking crazy. What the fuck are they doing to Moon Knight? God damn it. Oscar Isaac is brilliant. The execution is decent enough, except for that shitty ass CG. I'm so fucking tired of this shit. And it makes me so nervous that Blade's gonna suck, y'all. Because they can't fucking handle it. They can't not make something ultra jokey. They can't just not make fun of the fucking source material. They can't take it seriously. Even when they're trying to take it seriously, what they're taking seriously is something else. They're doing something about mental health and Egyptian culture. Okay, that's fucking cool. How about not make fucking fun of Moon Knight and Mr. Knight? Like, it's a cool fucking concept enough that you're making a fucking show out of it and you're gonna fucking make a lot of money off of it. Like, who gives a fucking shit, right? God damn it, I do. You're fucking janking up goddamn Moon Knight and it's pissing me off. To you digs for episode 2. Majorly disappointed, y'all. Thank you for that. Thank you. All right, I feel a little bit better. I've been holding that in for a while. Now let's read y'all's comments. All right. Feel good there. Yeah. Dope intro. Thank you. I really appreciate it because I really like that one too. And there's a lot of hidden meaning there that was apparently unintentional, subconscious. There are 3 wolves, 3 moon knights, 3 notes. Bum, bum, bum. So, pretty dope. Seems mostly like Lemire's run. Yeah, it's based a lot on that, including the villain of Amit and shit. Notice I didn't even get into the breakdown, but like, God damn it. What was I expecting? 62 Lefty Blue says, Disney makes everything into the Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy. Eric says, I would like to see more Ellis influence. Me too. Average Joe says, your Moon Knight breakdown with all the hand movements looks like an 80s wrestling promo. Yeah! Thank you for that. Why does Moon Knight look like Zodiac? Does he? I don't know. Tomorrow Cinema says, pop back in and it's like Festivus grievance time. It was that same energy, wasn't it? How do I really feel? That's how I really feel. 4-3 socks. God damn it. Robbie on a roll. Thank you. Trent says, I like how they portrayed Mr. Knight. All right. 62 Lefty Blue says, Blade at PG-13. Jay Long says, I feel you, bro. No need to make all the characters a joke. What are you like a fucking Colonel Sanders? A crazy psycho Colonel Sanders. Fucking shit. It's not a joke. You're making fucking bank off of this shit. Wait till you see episode 3. I'm obviously going to watch all these motherfuckers. But god damn it, it's getting on my fucking nerves right now, man. Mr. Knight's like the first time that I really clicked with the fucking Moon Knight character was the introduction of Mr. Knight by Warren Ellis and Declan Shalvey. And bruh, god damn. Eric says, personas can change. I am looking for some more darkness in it. It's okay to make fun, but then it needs to turn to straight darkness to finish and not to suck. Lost in Comics says, I don't have enough history with the character to know how to judge it well enough. You mentioned a starting point where I should start with Moon Knight and reading. Can you remind me? Warren Ellis, Brian Wood, then Jeff Lemire. Just do that. Twitch says, Robbie's over here yelling at Marvel to keep his, keep Moon Knight's name out of their fucking motherfucking mouth. Yeah. I'm just nervous about Blade. Cardstock variant says, I'm scared. Can we go back to Morse? Lost in Comics, Warren Ellis and Declan Shalvey. Great jumping on point, in my opinion, says Brando, so he agrees with me there. Hell yeah. Just god damn it. I don't want to give the episode that low of a view, but it's goddamn so dull. The wife? The wife? What? Why? Why are you creating a fucking wife? What? God damn it. The darkest thing Disney ever put on film was Night at Bald Mountain in Fantasia in 1940. That's some dope shit. Wrong, Robbie. Get the Hulk mags that have Moon Knight in them. Wrong about what? Mostly what I'm upset about is the portrayal of Mr. Knight and how they made a joke out of Mr. Knight. Now, the Moon Knight character, they're not making it. I don't mind jokes. I don't mind like a little bit of levity. I'm liking this new Stephen Grant. I love Oscar Isaac's performance, but god damn it, they pissed me off there. Blade will be portrayed by Urkel. After watching Moon Knight, the Inhumans don't seem so bad. Damn, Bobby. Damn, Bobby. I don't think it's that bad. I'm just disappointed personally. Twitch says, to be fair, when I explained the origin of Moon Knight to my coworker as we were watching it, that was about her response. That's like mythological though. Like that's like, I get that any fucking superhero sci-fi concept sounds fucking stupid, but you don't have to make fucking fun of it. They don't be like, oh, Spider-Man, that's fucking stupid. You got the powers of spiders, stupid. I mean, they make jokes about it. It's. They made Mr. Knight a buffoon. That is unforgivable for me. Unfucking forgivable. Read the Warren Ellis goddamn Moon Knight and tell me what the fuck they did. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Let's talk about something positive, but let's go ahead and signify the end of the Moon Knight talk with taking another look at that badass graphic. Notice all the threes. 3 threes. I just love that fucking end, too, and it just cuts to black. It's dope. It's dope. Peace out, Twitch. They're trying to simplify the character to the viewer. Stephen Grant is pathetic, so his version of Moon Knight is pathetic. I get it. I get what they're doing. All right. Let's talk about something positive. I have read... So let me explain this. So Nick Pitara, friend of the show, reached out. Excuse me. And... Well, he reached out to show me his newest project, Axe Wielder John. Axe Wielder John is going to be a graphic novel. Let me look at my notes from the weekly wrap-up. So it's going to be a 148-page graphic novel that's going to be crowdfunded on Zoop very soon. There's a really cool cover to it. I don't remember the artist's name. There's a really cool cover to it. We'll show that. But... if you sign up to the mailing list, if you go to the Zoop campaign, like you can sign up for the mailing list, and if you pledge day one, you get the card. But y'all, I'm really excited to talk about this. So Nick Pitara is the artist of the Manhattan Projects, Leviathan, if y'all remember that from Image Comics, and I'm a fan of his work. I pick up a lot of Jeff Darrow, a lot of Frank Quitely kind of influence on his work. It's highly textured and detailed, and he's writing and illustrating this book. And it's about a dude whose most precious possession is a batch of skulls. And he's in this fantasy world filled with monsters and these evil villains that are out to get him. And he's trying to steal his most precious possession back from them. And it's just this wild thing. I'm going to show you some of the artwork. And the book that I got, obviously it's not 100% complete yet, at least enough to show me. So some pages I got just breakdowns and scripts. Some pages I just got inks and pencils. Some pages I got the colored versions. But all in all, I got the vibe of the book. Most of it was there, and I fucking loved it. So let's talk about it. I got some imagery to show you. So this is the cover. Nick's in the chat right there. He says, I am 100% a Darrow and Quietly fan. Hell yeah, me too. Who is the artist on the cover? Because you said that anybody who signs up for the mailing list and donates or pledges on day one can get the like a Marvel Masterpiece type card based on this artwork. Axe Wielder John is awesome. It was big and epic, and it's like a giant issue 1. The artwork is glorious. Now, Nick, I have heard that you were drawing every panel on a full 11 by 18 page. I'd love to hear what you think about that. If that's true or what that process was, but the artwork is rich and it's detailed and it's textured. So Axe Wielder John is this dude. He's missing part of his face. We don't know why. He is obsessed with these skulls, and he, like I said, he lives in this world populated by monsters. And this evil, all these evil people that are out to get him. They've stolen something very precious to him. I'm not going to reveal what that is, but the book does reveal at the end what exactly is so important about these skulls, and it is fantastic. The artwork is beautiful. Now, I'm showing you the pages that I saw on Bleeding Cool, so I know that these should be cool to show. But holy cow, it's violent, it's gory, it's gnarly. I don't think I've seen a page with more than 3 panels on it. So it gives you this room for this artwork to breathe. It is highly freaking detailed. It is textured like crazy. And it's got a really good gist of the story. But it gets started and it goes, and then you're just ready for fucking more. And it's not a problem that when you get to the end of the book, you want to get to the next stuff. But the book does it so well. It lays out the world. It lays out the quest. It lays out the character. It lays out the tone, atmosphere, the violence of the book. I love Manhattan Projects, and I loved the artwork in Leviathan, but this is like some like next level type shit. The composition here, I think, is super strong. The fluid nature of the story, it goes from like scene to scene in a very interesting way. And this whole first graphic novel, it is basically like an issue 1 of a series, right? Just like paced out with this beautiful artwork. And it is overall, from the way that I got to read it, a very rewarding experience. So I will tell you this. I will be a day 1 supporter for Axe Wielder John. It is absolutely amazing. Nick said that he's a big fan of Nick Pitara. Of course, Nick's a big fan of himself, but he's a big fan of Jeff Darrow, big fan of Frank Quitely. You see that influence, but it is his own distinct style. If you liked his work on Manhattan Projects, on Leviathan, this is definitely something to check out. I love the imagination that is presented here, the creature designs. Being a horror fan, I appreciate creativity in kills. And you get some of that. This dude is carrying a giant axe. There's a lot of mystery. You want to know. Enough gets revealed. It hooks me in. The axe has been synced in to my conscious, and I am drug across now. And I'm going to pick up every single fucking one of these graphic novels, bruh. It is so good. Y'all got to check it out. I'm going to be a day 1 supporter. I ask everybody here, if you liked what you saw, if you like what you hear, if you like my recommendations, when this drops on, what is it, Zoop? Zoop. When that drops, you want to get on board. This book is freaking awesome. One more time, look at that artwork, y'all. Detailed, textured. Nick says, yeah, every panel was drawn on its own in an 11 by 17 board. Holy cow. That means you're going to get so much texture, so much richness in the detail. But notice how it's not crowded. It's got room to breathe, right? And whenever I see something that's highly textured, highly ultra detailed, but still has room to breathe, I automatically get Katsuhiro Otomo kind of vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like what Nick Dragata is doing right now with Ghost Cage. Y'all do not want to miss this one. He's decided to self-publish this. And it is gorgeous and it is violently beautiful. I freaking loved this book. I loved the early peek. So Nick, thank you so much for letting me take a chance or take a look at it. And I'm encouraging everybody to take a chance on this book because it's not a chance. It's a guaranteed fucking win. Axe Wielder John, out of everything I've seen, I'm going to give it out of 5, 4.69. So that's what I thought about that. Comics with Your Average Joe said, I wonder who asked that girl out in Moon Knight. Steven had no idea, and it's out of Mark's character due to him just serving Khonshu. Plus, he's married. We're getting a third personality soon. Yeah, it should be Jake Lockley. Chris, I'm assuming it's Chris from Lost in Comics, says, the art is gorgeous. Yes, it is. Wu-Tang's in the house. Wu-Tang says, watching TV, gassing up Axe Wielder. Absolutely cannot wait to throw my money at it. Lost in Comics says, sign me up. Nick Patara says, 50% off for retailers and free remarks. And Zoop won't charge you until the book goes to press if you are a store owner. Hell yeah, I don't know if you are aware of this, Nick, but I am the store manager of a comic shop, so we'll definitely be stocking that then, bruh. Jaime says, looks great, I'm in. Nick says, everyone on the email list gets a Marvel Masterpiece style card with the purchase. So it doesn't matter when you drop your purchase, just if you sign up for the mailing list. So do that. April 26th, it goes live. Hell yeah. Eric says, it looks like it's set in a Conan world. Not my thing, but I am really into this and will be supporting and getting it. I appreciate you, Nick. If you could drop a link here to where to sign up for the email, it probably won't approve it at first, but me or one of the mods will approve it, and that way people can jump in and support the book. April 26th is when it goes live, y'all, and you will not get charged until after, I think, or retailers won't get charged until after it goes to press. That's awesome. Free remarks for hell yeah, brother. Dude, by the way, Nick, just thank you so much for reaching out and sharing this book with me. That means a lot to me. Thank you for the support here at the channel, and thank you for popping in. But I love the book. I thought it was great. I'm a big fan of your work. Manhattan Projects, I want more of that, but I also want more Axe Wielder John. So just keep giving it to me, and I'm going to keep doing it. And I recently read something, too, where we heard that Leviathan is going to be finishing, so I'm excited to hear about that, too. All right, y'all, you really need to check out that book. If we don't get the link dropped here tonight, Station Nick says, thank you so much for the plug. I owe you big time. Leviathan is almost done as well. Hell yeah. This man is hard at work, y'all. Hard at work. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you. It's going to be on Zoop. So if you just, let's see. I think there's already a page for it, I'm pretty sure. I'll throw that link out there in the chat, and that should follow that link. It should take you to everywhere that you need to get to get notified. Yep, there it is. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and sign up my email address right now. Boom. My email address did that quick, y'all. Zoop. I've never crowdfunded and never been on Zoop before. But I'm excited for you, Nick, man. It looks really fucking cool. And most of the book, the majority of that book is done. If not all of it by now. But what I've seen, was fucking fantastic. There's a lot of characters being built up in that book, too. Lost in Comics has got barbaric vibes, enough said. 62 says, I picked up the By the Horns trade, and it's got a Rockin Robbie quote on the back. Yes, it does. I'll sign it for you, if you want me to. Oh, Nick says they do the fulfillment. That's why I chose Zoop. Hell yeah, that's cool. 62 says thanks, just signed up. Manny's also thrown up the link there. Perry's in the house. Perry station. By the way, Perry, I was on my morning walk today, and I realized that one of the streets in my neighborhood is called Perry Street. I thought about taking a picture, but I didn't. Maybe I'll do it next time. Perry, we were just talking about this awesome book coming out by Nick Pitara. Axe Wielder John. You're going to want to get in on this book, bro. There's a link in the description below. Anybody can jump on there. Sign up for the mailing list. It goes live April 26th. You're going to want this, y'all. That's like one of my favorite panels in the book is that top one. I love some good gore. It's bloody, it's violent, but it does have a lot of heart to it. I love a good eye gouge, personally. So there you go. All right, we're about to get... Perry says, oh, damn, that looks lit. All right, we're about to get to the PCP Movie Night reveal. So that's where we are in the show. We're about to do it. So no PCP Movie Night for tomorrow night, but we will be back next week, and this is the next big bit. We're hitting Cruise Choice, everybody. Nick, by the way, says, thanks everyone in the chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Nick. Thank you so much for dropping in. All right. PCP Movie Night reveal. As I already said, coming up this week, Dylan's Horror Show, Ghost Story. That's Saturday night. But Friday night, we got Comics Revisited about Daniel Clow's Ghost World. And that is very appropriate because when we return to PCP Movie Night the following Monday, we are going to be talking about Ghost World the movie. So when we did Akira, I thought about, man, we should have done a PCP Movie Night and a Comics Revisited. So we're correcting that mistake. So Friday, you're getting Comics Revisited, Ghost World. That's going to be live here on Pop Culture Philosophers at 8 p.m. Central Time. Then, PCP Movie Night the following Monday, Ghost World. And now we're going to reveal the rest of the lineup. So Ghost World will be April 18th. On April 25th, we've got Dick Tracy. So that's really cool. On May 2nd, we start Cruise Choice. But before we get to Cruise Choice, actually, it's y'all's choice. We'll have the winner of a PCP Army movie poll. So we don't even know what movie we're doing then. But then we go into Cruise Choice, and it starts with my pick. On May 9th, we're doing Happy Birthday to Me. That's the day before my birthday. So very excited. Get it? Happy Birthday to Me. It's an underappreciated 80s slasher. On May 16th, we're doing Black Dynamite. That is Jelani's pick. On May 23rd, we're doing Dead Man. That is Brooks's pick. We're going to be off on May 30th because it's Memorial Day. But in June 6th, we return with Grosse Point Blank. That is John Hammertime Holshoe's pick. On June 13th, we do Dr. Sleep. That is Manny's pick. On June 20th, we're doing Saint Maud. It's an A24 film. That is Mike's pick. And then June 27th, we're doing Isle of Dogs. And that is Brian's pick. So to recap, starting next week and every week forward, except for Memorial Day, Ghost World, Dick Tracy, PCP Army movie poll, Happy Birthday to Me, my pick, Black Dynamite, Jelani's pick, Dead Man, Brooks's pick, Grosse Point Blank, John's pick, Dr. Sleep, Manny's pick, Saint Maud, Mike's pick, and Isle of Dogs, which is Brian's pick. So that is your PCP Movie Night reveal. And I'm going to let you know this. 10 movies to be voted on in the Facebook group, PCP Army. The winner within a week. It ends next Sunday. That's right. We're about to pick. So what movies are going to be in the poll? We're picking that right now. God damn it, I can't get this out. Here we go. We're about to take a break. During the break, throw out a movie you want to see us do on PCP movie night. If it's not a movie we've already done, if it's not a movie that we are planning to do, it's going to go on the list. We're looking for 10 spots to fill for the PCP Army movie poll, and that will be the movie that we review on May 2nd when everybody gets to vote on it over the next week. So list movies right now. What do you want to see us do for PCP movie night? Let us know. We'll be right back, y'all.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean, and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short, so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Welcome, everybody, back here to Rockin Robbie Live here on Pop Culture Philosophers. We've had a grand old time tonight already, talking about our favorite comic books of last week, looking ahead at what's coming up in shops this week, including the DC sneak peek. We talked about Moon Knight, or should I say I ranted about Moon Knight, and we just talked about Axe Wielder John, an upcoming graphic novel that's going to be crowdfunded by Nick Pitara, artist of Leviathan and Manhattan Projects. Super pumped for that. It was a really cool book. We also revealed PCP movie night, but we still got a long way to go, including Kung Fu movie review for The Kid with the Golden Arm, top 5 movies from 2001, X-Men animated annotation, show and tell, and all that and more. Find podcasts and more at popculturephilosophers.com. Follow Pop Culture Philosophers on Facebook and on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, join the PCP Army. It's the official Pop Culture Philosophers Facebook group. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheRockinRobbie. And you can help support the channel excuse me, over at patreon.com/PCP, like these fine PCP patrons right there, or with Super Chat tonight. Next Super Chat's going to be lit, trust me. Trust me. Because that's right, we're doing our own bit of crowdfunding here. We are crowdfunding the Rockin Robbie 2022 tour. In 2 weeks, I'll be at the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. In June, I plan on being at Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina. In September, Memphis Comic Expo in Memphis, Tennessee. And in October at Scarefest for Lexington, Kentucky, but I need your help. We're supporting this. Thank you so much. But just liking, sharing, watching, all that stuff, participating in the chats, that is support enough. 100%. By the way, Dylan's Horror Show on Saturday night, Ghost Story, and on Friday night, Comics Revisited. And then we got the PCP movie night. Let's get back to that reveal real quick. Next week, we start with Ghost World, goes into Dick Tracy, goes into the winner of the PCP Army movie poll. Right now, people are dropping names of movies in the chat. And we're going to pick 10 of those movies, and then y'all get to vote on. Then Happy Birthday to Me, Black Dynamite, Dead Man, Gross Point Blank, Dr. Sleep, Saint Maud, and Isle of Dogs. So we got a great time coming up on PCP Movie Night. Let's take a look at the suggestions here. All right, first one up. Cardstock Variant says The Burbs. We covered that one on Dylan's Horror Show last year. You should check out that video. It's really cool. Fight Club. We haven't done that one, C-List. Fight Club makes it to the list. Love that movie. Snatch. C-List again. We haven't done Snatch. That makes the list. What's Hollywood Nights? Is that a movie? $1980? Is that Tony Danza? That's Tony fucking Danza. All right, Hollywood Nights makes the list. Never seen it. Hollywood Nights makes the list. Let's see. Where else? Where are we at? Beverly Hills Cop. Haven't done that one yet, Herm. Tremors. Oh, I hate... okay. I'm not a fan of Tremors, but everybody else is. We'll put that on there. Battle Royale. Never seen that one. I've heard a lot about it. 4 spots left. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. See, we got Snatch and we got Lock, Stock. I don't want to have two. I don't want to have two Guy Ritchie movies on here. C-List. Pick between the two, Snatch or Lock, Stock. Let me know. We're going to skip 7 for now. I got plans for that in the future. Fable says, any one of the Paul Verhoeven movies, RoboCop, Total Recall, or Starship Troopers. Fable, I need you to pick one of those. We'll go with it. Full Metal Jacket. Raging Bull. We got a spot for one more. The Crow. If you haven't already, we got plans to do The Crow. Weird Science, we've already done Weird Science. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Okay. I thought about having plans for that, but they wouldn't be for a ways off. All right, sorry about the rest, but that's going to be the list. I'm waiting to hear what C-List wants, Snatch or Lock, Stock, and Fable. Pick one of those three movies. To address the rest, Jaime, we did Wolfman last year on Horror Fest, my channel, I believe. So we already did the Wolfman. I've never seen 47 Ronin. Oh, Ice Pirates and Time Bandits would have been good. Battle Royales, okay, we've been mentioned. I, Madman, Ghost in the Shell, Cry Hunter, Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. RoboCop, all right. All right, C-List, I need your... We haven't done Deer Hunter yet. C-List, I need your preference between Snatch and Lock, Stock, or else I'm about to choose my own. Now, Deer Hunter is one we'll do one day. I pretty much have the whole year planned out already. We got some good stuff coming up. Eagle Tiger Note, or Nole, says Lock, Stock. I'm about to go with Lock, Stock. Just because it's his, it's first. All right, enough people said Lock, Stock. We're scratching out Snatch. We're putting in Lock, Stock. All right, that's the list. We got 10 movies. I'm going to list this in the PCP Army in a poll. That's our Facebook group. You can vote there. You have a week to do so. It's going to be between Fight Club, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, The Hollywood Knights, Beverly Hills Cop, Tremors, Battle Royale, Full Metal Jacket, Raging Bull, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and RoboCop. Very excited to see who's going to win that. Very excited. All right, I'm going through my Kung Fu movie journey, led by my Sifu Bullseye Bob. Today I watched, another Shaw Brothers movie, my third Shang-Chi movie that also stars the Venoms. I'm excited tonight to be talking about The Kid with the Golden Arm. So The Kid with the Golden Arm was a 1979 Shaw Brothers film directed by Shang-Chi that stars the Venoms. I love the Venoms. I've already covered their previous two movies together with this same director, The Five Deadly Venoms and Invincible Shaolin, and Bob has now sent me on the journey to The Kid with the Golden Arm. And I loved it. Like I said, the Venoms are in this movie. The basic plot breaks down to this. The dude right there on the left with the red sash, he is responsible for taking all this gold across the country to a bunch of people in need. I think they called it famine land or famine country or something like that. He is joined by many people, some who are members of the Venoms, including this dude who is awesome in all of these movies, and he's like one of the most acrobatic performances in this film. He is short axe. His brother is long axe. You get to see him and his brother. But him and his brother, they team up with this chick who's like a sword master and this dude that she's totally enamored with. That's the guy in the white right there. And then the other guy next to her, that's Long Axe. So it's the two brothers, her and this dude. They're working with this other guy to get this gold across the country, but they have to go up against this criminal organization. But before that, let's get to this dude because he's pretty much the hero of the story. And once again, a member of the Venoms. 6 of the most badass kung fu dudes. I love seeing him in these movies. But he is just an absolute lush. He is drunk all the time. He doesn't do drunken master boxing or anything like that. But he's a really cool character. And so you got this band of heroes that are trying to take this gold to people that are in need. And they're all doing it for their own reasons. Some for noble reasons, some just for self-glory and self-righteousness sake. But he's doing it just to do the right thing, and he's not even a part of their group. And he's kind of just like guiding them and leading them and like I said, drunk as shit. but he's pretty dope. Then they got to come across these villains. They're like bosses in a video game, right? So this dude's like Brass Head, and you know, he's like the first one that gets taken out or whatever. Then there's Silver Spear, and this is one of my favorite members of the Venoms. I fucking love this dude, and he's awesome as a villain. And then there's this guy he's in some of these movies too. He's definitely an Invincible Shaolin that I remember, but he's the Iron Robe, and he's got this fan, and he comes out and he gets killed pretty quick. And then there is this dude who is probably my single favorite fucking Venom. God, I wish I could remember the names. Hold on. That's Lo Mang. That's Lo Mang right there as Golden Arms. Bad ass. He's the villain. He's the number one final boss M. Bison villain. You know what I'm saying? And the fighting in the movie is dope. Just like you expect from a Shaw Brothers film, just like you expect from a Venom's film, the fighting is dope. Basically, through the course of the whole fucking movie, everybody gets got, everybody dies. It is a simple plot, a simple story. It is all a device to show amazing kung fu fucking action, and all the fighting scenes are dope as shit. But everybody basically dies except for the dude who first had the gig to take the gold across the country, and the drunk guy, plus the chick. Now, the swordsman that she was in love with got killed by the man with the golden arms. He's the last villain, is Golden Arms. And so he winds up fighting with the drunk guy, and the drunk guy wins because he spits wine in his eyes and blinds him, because this dude's so badass. Like, his arms are so strong, like swords don't penetrate it, no weapon does, and he just flexes and knocks your ass away. It's like so badass. But then it's revealed after they defeat the villain that there's another villain, because in fact, the dude who was first supposed to do this shit, that guy right there in the red, that guy was actually a fucking bad guy the entire time, and totally manipulated every sequence of events so that everybody would die. He could pin the crime on Golden Arms, and he could have a savior and a martyr, and then get away with the gold himself scot-free. He gets got, though, by the drunk guy, and even though Golden Arms is about to get away free, and he understands, Chick shows back up to get her vengeance on her swordsman who got killed, winds up killed. So everybody in this movie fucking dies, except for the drunk dude and the chick. That's how it works out. But it's a really good film. I thought it was super strong. It's a simple story. Its pacing is decent. It's not bad. The kung fu action is really good. I'm going to give it the highest point of 3.5. So the highest point of a 3.5, we call that a 3.69 for The Kid with the Golden Arm. One thing I know is I love Shaw Brothers films, I love Shang-Chi films, and I love Venom's films. Holy shit, they're fun. They're not some of the best, but they are consistent in their awesomeness, and these dudes, the Venoms themselves, are absolutely brilliant, and I love them. So that's what I thought about that. That actually brings me to the end of this Kung Fu journey phase, right? Bob sent me on. He sent me another batch of movies. I have another goal I want to do as well, is to watch every John Carpenter film in chronological order. So when we return in May here on Rockin Robbie Live, I will be altering weeks. Sometimes maybe we'll do both. But I'll be altering weeks between a John Carpenter marathon and continuing this Kung Fu movie journey. But I loved it. Loved the movie. What'd y'all think about it? Oh my God. Old school Five Faces of Death. Haven't seen this movie since the 80s. Golden Arm Smash. Dude, that guy is so fucking badass. There's a moment where they're fighting with the sword, and he just like fucking grabs the sword and just fucking shatters it, and all these like fucking bits and shit just fucking falls. It's fucking amazing. It's a really cool movie. I liked it a lot. Mike says, I'll have to check it out. It's available right now on Amazon Prime. If you're an Amazon Prime subscriber, you can watch it. The Kid with the Golden Gun. That's where I watched it. Loved it. Thought it was amazing. All right, shifting gears into the top 5 for tonight. 2000 was a really hard list to compile, really hard list to put together. 2001's a little bit simpler, but I do have some honorable mentions, but it's about time to talk about our top 5 movies of 2001. So I want to see your list. My honorable mentions: Antitrust, Blow, Black Hawk Down, Frailty, Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring, Ocean's 11, Super Troopers, Vanilla Sky. What could possibly make my top 5? I want to know yours. Top 5 movies of 2001. At number 5, I'm going Josie and the Pussycats. Man, I love this fucking movie. We started last year, 2021, off with Josie and the Pussycats, I believe. No, we started off with Buckaroo Banzai. But we did Josie and the Pussycats. I elaborate fully on that PCP movie night why I love this movie so much. It's satirical. It is hilarious. I love the fashion. I love the colors. I love the style. I love the music. Fucking love that movie. At number 4, we got El Espinazo del Diablo, which is The Devil's Backbone, a Guillermo del Toro film that I absolutely love. Takes place during, I think, it's the Spanish American. Anyway, it takes place back in the day about this bomb lands at this orphanage and never goes off, but it's about the ghosts of war almost in a way, but it's a really great ghost story. Truly haunting, visually stunning. Guillermo del Toro, The Devil's Backbone at number 4. At number 3, Ghost World. That's right, it's a movie we're about to be covering next week on PCP Movie Night, and we're going to be talking about the graphic novel this upcoming Friday for Comics Revisited. Ghost World is a really good film, a really great adaptation of the graphic novel, but set in a cinema world. But I love this movie. I cannot wait to revisit it and the comic book. At number 2, Donnie Darko. We did a PCP movie night on this one, man. We did it last November. I love this movie. Cool sci-fi time travel story, but also about the philosophy of meaning and purpose. And I love it. And a great soundtrack. And we go on and on and on about that movie. But if Donnie Darko's not my number 1, what's my number 1? It's my favorite Wes Anderson film. It's The Royal Tenenbaums. I love this movie. This movie is funny, quirky, beautifully, visually stunning and brilliant, paced masterfully, incredibly well crafted, incredibly well performed, and it also reaches deep, and it has some things to say about the human experience, and I absolutely love that movie. That's my favorite movie of 2001. So, favorite movies of 2001, number 5, Josie and the Pussycats. Number 4, The Devil's Backbone. Number 3, Ghost World. Number 2, Donnie Darko. And number 1, The Royal Tenenbaums. That's my top 5 favorite movies of 2001. What are yours? I want to know. Chaco's 26 with the correction there. Thank you so much. It's set in the Spanish Civil War, late 1930s. Thank you. I kept trying to say Spanish-American War for some reason, but that wasn't, not at all. Joram says, Rockin Robbie, you are my brother. Pop, pop, boom. Thank you. Big Harm says, Josie. Man, you know I love Josie and the Pussycats, man. I had to put that on the fucking list. Nick Patara says, love the Royal Tenenbaums. Hell yeah. Joe Corralo says, love the Royal Tenenbaums. Saw it twice in theaters when it came out. I was not working at the theater anymore, but I was working at the video store. So I think I saw it once in the theater, but I watched it multiple times, got it on DVD. I still have my Criterion DVD. I haven't even upgraded it to the Blu-ray yet. I need to. Oh my God. Y'all, Nick and Joe, I love y'all so much. Royal Tenenbaums, we all need to get together sometime. We'll all make it to the same con, and we'll just have a Royal Tenenbaums, like, fucking fest. I don't know. It sounded weird. Tremors 3, says Eric. Just kidding. CTA Frank, Training Day, A Beautiful Mind, Monsters Ball, Bully, and Frailty. Frailty was in my honorable mentions. Love that movie. Mike says, Lord of the Ring, Brotherhood of the Wolf, From Hell, Black Hawk Down, and Shrek. Hell yeah. Du jour means station. Station. Du jour means friendship. Du jour means seatbelts. I fucking love Josie. But Royal Tenenbaums is it for me. I love it. Love it, love it. Here we go. Jaime says, Zoolander, Training Day, Swordfish. There's a lot of reasons why we liked Swordfish, but not necessarily because it was a good movie, right? Ocean's 11 and Rush Hour 2. Session 9, says Eric. Not familiar with that one. There's the moment in Royal Tenenbaums where Luke Wilson, who's had an incestuous relationship going on, some weird shit being dealt with in this movie, but it's like so many people when they do like a section in a movie about like a suicide or something like that, or a suicide attempt. I mean, they do get heavy. I mean, obviously it's a heavy thing to handle, but so many people overplay it, overdo it. And this was one of the best attempts that, like, I understood. And they did so much with so little in that movie and the way they put it together. She smokes. Joe, out of every fucking thing that he finds out about her, and he just goes, she smokes. Like he didn't fucking, oh my God. And then the cab's got a dent in it. And one over there. Oh my God. Babel says The One, Lord of the Rings, Training Day, Black Hawk Down, Ocean's 11. I love Black Hawk Down. I struggled not putting it on this list, but I had to make room for Josie. Two Gun Pedro says, in no particular order, Rush Hour 2, Black Hawk Down, Training Day, Enemy at the Gate, and How High. Yep, Elliott Smith, Needle in the Hay. Exactly. He just looks in the mirror, shaves his hair. I think I'm going to kill myself. They're playing that song. It's a haunting fucking moment. Isn't it, Nick? It's a haunting moment in film. Movie's fucking brilliant. Why are we not doing Royal Tenenbaums? Oh, we're going to do another Wes Anderson podcast. Okay, never mind. Okay, that's cool. That's right. All right. Next up, it's time for an X-Men annotation on X-Men Animation. We've been going through the X-Men animated series. We are at the penultimate episode of Season 1, Days of Future Past, Part 2. It's time for your annotation on X-Men Animation, y'all. All right. So this picks up kind of before the cliffhanger of the last episode. The last episode ended with Gambit and Rogue walking in. Bishop goes, Gambit's the traitor, and shoots him. But it picks up and they're driving home from seeing Beast, who's still in fucking prison, right? They have a little flirtatious kind of bit going right there. And then they show up and Bishop throws his charge, shoots the gun. Rogue jumps in the way and gets hit but doesn't get hurt. Him and Gambit have a tussle, a little bit of a... Got to hold Bishop back because he's like, yo, let me tell you, this is the guy that ruins the future. And he tells them the story of what happens. Like, Gambit kills a political figure, and it leads to the Mutant Registration Act. The Sentinels round up all the mutants and kill them all. Then they turn their eyes towards humanity, right? This is the future he's trying to stop, and the way he can stop it is by killing Gambit. Gambit gets pissed and tries to leave, but they stop him. And Professor Xavier's like, well, I'm about to go to Washington, D.C. to speak at this Mutant-Humans Relation Conference where a bunch of political figures are there. Maybe the assassination is going to be there. So X-Men come with me, but we're going to leave Bishop and Gambit here with Wolverine. They play poker. They have some nice comedic moments, but Gambit eventually gets away. Over at the Mutant-Human Relations thing, we got the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants in the crowd, stirring shit up, and the X-Men eventually have to fight them. Because during Xavier's hearing or whatever, with his speech or something, they attack and they got to stop it. But Mystique is not with them because she decides to go and she takes over the identity of Senator Kelly's assistant, and who is tied up in the room, and then becomes Gambit. And she's going to kill the senator as Gambit and thus lead to this terrible world. And that's what's going down. She's framing Gambit. It's Mystique the whole time. But the real Gambit shows up because he escaped Wolverine and Bishop, who have since come back and helped the X-Men in their battle with the Brotherhood of Mutants. And they get in a tussle, and then at the end, Bishop shows up, shoots one of them, is going to say, fuck it, I'm going to shoot both of them. Rogue shows up, rips off and destroys his time band, sending Bishop back to his own time. And then she finds out that the other Gambit is Mystique. Mystique reveals to her that she's her mother, and Rogue is emotionally distraught and lets her go. Has this really sappy-ass scene at the end. And then we see Bishop arrive back in his time. It's still the same timeline. Forge says there must be something else that caused this future. We see Wolverine's dead skeleton there. And so that promises more to come. And then back on Earth, Xavier and Cyclops are investigating. They're going to go have a chat with Senator Kelly, who's just been saved by a mutant from a mutant. And he's been kidnapped. And then Xavier's like, the watch has stopped. And Cyclops is like, what's the big deal about that? He goes, because it's been magnetized. So it leads to the final episode, which is going to be the final decision. So, decent enough episode. I actually like their version of Days of Future Past. Honestly, I think it works as a nice two-part story. It's a nice Gambit spotlight. You get this really nice dynamic with Gambit, Bishop, and Wolverine. I think that's cool. I couldn't find my issue of this from X-Men Adventures, but I did go to the shop, and I found that we had these X-Men Adventures collections. So this collects both issues of Days of Future Past and Final Conflict. And just like the one before it, it pretty much goes right along with the script. Let me get to where it starts here. So in the episode, it flashes back. In fact, it would have been frustrating because the first commercial break is the repeat of the cliffhanger. But in the comic, it ends with Bishop firing at him. And in this one, you got Gambit like dodging it. Rogue comes to his aid. That's all in here. This really just follows this same kind of script. It's very tight. It doesn't waste any time. It doesn't like veer off too much. It shows a little bit more of like Mystique leading Senator Kelly away. But other than that, it's pretty much spot on from the episode. Doesn't veer too much away. X-Men Adventures is interesting. This feels like a different artist. I couldn't tell if it was. They removed the credits in this one. This is a collection. So they did a few of these collections, at least for the first season. So this would have been the final one. It's got a cover by Mike Wieringo. So that would be early Mike Wieringo. But that's where like Wolverine shows up. They're fighting the Blob. He dumps him into the reflecting pool. Storm freezes him. That's Mystique as Gambit. It really also kind of does a little bit different with the ending there with Rogue. Mystique claiming that she's her mother. That's where Bishop goes back to the future. Still the same terrible future. And then the end where the watch becomes magnetized. That leads us to the final decision, which is the final episode. All in all, I'd give this episode, I think all in all 4 you digs. I think it's pretty solid. I think it's decent. Days of Future Past, I like this iteration. I like Bishop. Why did they give him the blues music? But I do like it. And you actually get to see more of Bishop's actual power set here. So y'all, what are y'all's recollections of this episode? What did you think about it? That's been your annotation on X-Men Animation. All right. Hey, we got Mike here. Mike, who is on tour right now with The Darkness and The Dead. Station Mike, hope you're being safe. Top 5 of 2001, he says, Joe Dirt, Ocean's 11, Spirit Away, Black Hawk Down, and Royal Tenenbaums. We got the same number 1, my man. That's why I never trusted Gambit, because of that cartoon. Yeah, Gambit's pissed because they're like, well, we know Bishop's not lying. He's like, but y'all don't trust me. He's like, we don't know anything about you, bub. Fucking love it, man. So silly. All right, that brings us to Show and Tell, everybody. For Show and Tell tonight, just got a few things. First of all, shout outs to Adam, friend of the show. Hooked me up with a Life Force VHS. Y'all know I'm trying to build this VHS collection for some reason. I plan on doing a VHS set, like video store, little corner in here, right over there, where the Power Ranger stuff was. I plan on doing this. But I need more horror. And Adam is good looking out, man. Good looking out. Several years ago, I got rid of my Sin City books, and then when I thought about getting them again, they were in those digest forms, and I didn't really want them in the small forms. But they have been reprinting them in larger forms, so I picked up the first 2 volumes this week. Volume 1, Sin City. They call it The Hard Goodbye now. We just knew it as Sin City back then. And Dame to Kill For, which is one of my favorites. So, excited to dive back into some Sin City soon. We were talking about Jeff Darrow earlier on the show. I've never read this book, but I picked it up finally. It's been out of stock for so long at my distributors, but it was back. Frank Miller, Jeff Darrow, Dave Stewart, Hard Boiled. Y'all, I'm excited to get into this wildness. Look at that shit. I have all the Shaolin Cowboy and this to read now. And I could not be more excited. Picked up some single issues. These are all almost the result of Kayfabe Effect. Start here. Uncanny X-Men 205. Barry Windsor Smith fill-in issue. Spotlight on Wolverine. A little bit of a solo story. Art and coloring done by, line work and coloring done by Barry Windsor Smith. They covered this recently in Cartoonist Kayfabe, and I had to grab one. That was one of the earlier X-Men books I read when I was growing up. And I did pick up a 268 because we had one in like mid-grade condition come through the shop. That's my kind of jam. I love low grade, and I love that cover, and it's a nice one-and-done story with Black Widow, Captain America, and Wolverine, Jim Lee. Speaking of Jim Lee, Punisher War Journal, issue number 6. First team-up crossover between Wolverine and the Punisher, and I got the second one too. That's an iconic fucking awesome cover. That's cool too. They also just recently talked about this on Cartoonist Kayfabe, as well as the Garth Ennis, Derek Robertson run. And don't think that I'm not going to get those 2 issues as well. So that's what I got for show and tell. Now we move into the final 5. All right, still going through the Blu-ray collection. We left off on First Blood, which is Rambo Part 1. So we got First Blood Part 2, Rambo. That's right, Rambo First Blood Part 2. Odd naming sequence, but not as bad as Fast and Furious. But that's Rambo 2. And if you got Rambo 2, you got to have Rambo 3. Fucking love this movie. Yo, he's jacked. And then we got Rambo, which is Rambo 4. Y'all, if y'all have never seen this movie, we did a whole like Rambo franchise review a couple years ago for Action Fest. This movie's fucking awesome. And then we got Rambo Last Blood. Not so much awesome, but still, you got to have all 5. You got to have all 5. So why not? And then we're going to wrap it up with Reanimator. Love this movie. We've actually covered this on PCP Movie Night. This is the Arrow release. Fantastic Blu-ray. Lots of cool features. That has been your final 5. That brings us to the show. End of the show. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Let's see. If you have to describe comics in one word, what would it be? Awesome. Would love to see Windsor Smith do a comic again. Yeah, I need to read Monsters. Or Monster. Love 80s and 90s X-Men. Jim Lee, Punisher War Journal was awesome. Hell yeah. All right, that brings us to the end of the show. We had a great show, man. We actually had Nick Pitara throughout most of the night with us, chilling, as I'm talking about his book. So that was cool. Nick, thank you so much. I hope everybody checks out his upcoming book, Axe Wielder John. It's going to be dope. We really appreciate the support. We appreciate the super chats. We appreciate you spending time with us here on a Sunday night for Rockin Robbie Live. We're off for the next 2 weeks, but we will be back soon in May for more Rockin Robbie Live. Just call this the mid-season finale. Thanks again to you, Nick. Love you, bro. We'll be in touch, man. We'll get some stuff set up. I'd love to have you on the show. I'm excited to get something like that set up. So, yeah, it's past my bedtime, but Robbie's worth it. You're worth it. What's going on with the Yankees game? Anyway, we're dipping out. Thank you so much. Don't forget, Dylan's Horror Show this week. Ghost Story. That's Saturday. And then Friday night, Comics Revisited, Ghost World, gearing up for the return of PCP Movie Night next Monday with Ghost World. Y'all, I would say it's been real and it's been fun, because it has, and it's been real fun. We are dipping out here on Rockin Robbie Live. Remember, wherever you go, there you are. Station. Pop, pop. Boom!
Cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change, I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name, I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame, no I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness, I just wanna be greatness, I just wanna be greatness, I just wanna be greatness. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take a loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'll make it to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never getting lost, I get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go, let me spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent, I'm gonna take shots. If I miss all, forget it, I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, don't sweat it. I never back up, I don't miss a thing or regret it. I'm always learning, you could call me academic. I'm always working, never been apathetic. That energy is like a poison, needs some antiseptic. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking fight me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. And if you go and hate this, you can fucking bite me. Ain't no motherfucker in this world can do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the post-credits party. All right, we're going to be opening up this Wolfman figure because, you know, before we take a hiatus, and I know Big Herm, no Blame Fable tonight, no Rockin Robbie Live for the next couple. What are we going to do with our lives? I get it. I understand. But you don't know what you got till it's gone. Anyway, we're going to open up this Wolfman figure from NECA. Last week we opened up this badass Frankenstein. And then my last two before that, Jason from Part 7, Dream Warriors Freddy. Let's open this fucker up. Wolfman is a great movie. We covered it on PCP Movie Night for Horror Fest. These NECAs are really cool. They look really good. He's got a little stand. Is that a new thing they're going to do? Start giving us stands? That would be awesome. But he's got human feet, human hands, and the human face. In case you want to have him be Larry Talbot. Let's pull him out of here. All right. Got the Wolfman out. Sculpt looks great. Feet look exactly like they should. Hands look. Face looks amazing. Sculpt is great so that in different lighting it looks cool. There it is. They got a mummy coming out. They're going to be doing all these motherfuckers. They do them in black and white. Size comparison. Pretty dope. Let's put him next to Freddie and Jason. Pretty dope. Pretty dope. Bobby says, watch the original Wolfman last night on Svengoolie. It's my favorite of the original Universal monsters. Yeah, one of my favorites too. Outside of Dracula, probably my favorite. Like, the Mummy. I love them all, man. It's so hard. Y'all are the best, man. We appreciate it. Yeah. How's it supposed to feel? Yeah. Never break. Always fight. Never quit. Do it right. Play the game. Win in life. Have no shame. There's no time. Feel the pain. Love the grind. I can change. In my mind. Pick a lane. Commit and climb. The only way to win in life. I never miss, that's fact. Taking big swings, bitch, hand me the back. Put me in the ring, to go out in the bag. Swing with me and I bring it to the mat. I ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I got the red pill, I got life's too short and I live it real. But how's it supposed to feel? Yo, how's it feel when you rock with Rockin Robbie live on Sunday night? It feels like we coming alive. Oh. It feels like I wanna ask, yo, is this real? My name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I won't play no games. I just do this fact. I don't feel no shame. It's a mood you lack. I ain't crazy. Nah, bitch, I ain't lazy. Track at the track, I rock the shit daily. Pass me the jack, right? A fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these dreams I've been chasing. I got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can't forget. I'm living up every breath. I'd rather be than be led. I feel the seats as I spread with every word that I said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it feel when you walk with Rockin Robbie? It feels real, let me tell you. Is this real? I don't even fucking know. This is the way that it goes. I got a niche on my toe. I just want to know where to go. Let me tell you about this little man I know. His name is Hellboy. He was sent to the earth some long time ago to save it or destroy. Brought to this earth by Rasputin. son of a demon and a nun who had the sex with the demon, but was raised by Professor Broom. Now he fights evil and monsters. Now he fights with a man who's a fish named Abe. Now he fights with the fire starter named Liz and an ectoplasmic mess named Johan. BPRD. We're about to do a taste test. I got this private selection. It's from Kroger. Private selections, they're like, we can charge $1 more brand. But it's a little pint of ice cream, but it's banana French toast. Banana French toast. Are you kidding me? There's 820 calories in this whole fucking pint, by the way. Jesus. All right. We're going to try it, though, because it sounds delicious. Does it not? Does it not? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's really good. Our private selection brown butter banana French toast ice cream has French toast pieces blended into a banana cobbler ice cream with ribbons of brown butter for a truly divine indulgence. I can attest to that. Oh my God. This isn't fair to y'all. Oh my God. That is a decadent ice cream experience. If you can get a hold of that, get it, because that's 5 fucking you digs. Wow. Wowie. Making fuck. Did he just say making fuck?